In every man's life, there comes a choice between two paths. One, a path full of darkness and treachery. The other, a path that is bright and playful. But what the man doesn't realize is that he must either suffer through the pain and treachery while on the path to success, or suffer through the pain and darkness at the end of the path to failure. So I was sitting here recording my video on smiling, and I realized a huge problem with self-improvement nowadays. And it's that we put so much pressure on ourselves to do so well in the beginning stages of self-improvement that it's just not fun anymore. You know, we sit here and we eat junk food and we hate ourselves. We hate ourselves. Like, how could you do this? Why would you do this? You're ruining your life. And, we get super stressed about something very minuscule and simple, and maybe it turns into more, which turns our stress to bigger stress. And it just rolls and snowballs into something really big where everything comes crashing down and you're back in a depression and everything feels like it's wrong. And that's not what self-improvement was supposed to be. Self-improvement was supposed to be living a real, fun, healthy life. And so many people get caught up in the habits of self-improvement that they lose what self-improvement was supposed to be, which was supposed to be living a fun, happy life. And the reason that this happens is that we listen to these YouTubers like Andrew Tate, like Hamza, like Kenny Bender, whatever. People like them, where they talk about the best parts of them. They talk about the best parts of them and how, we should replicate what they're being like. And then we try and replicate what, honestly, probably a lot of them can't do on a normal basis. That's not a habit that they do all the time. It's probably something that they still struggle with, or they can't do it. But by listening to them say that, we immediately put the pressure on us to do the same things as them. Maybe Hamza talks about having a carnivore diet and only eating meat, and we're like, we got to do the carnivore diet. And whenever we get off the carnivore diet, our testosterone goes down and our whole life is ruined. No, it's not. Chill out. It's one day. And, like, have we just forgot about the 2 months that you were eating healthy? But the thing is, these self-improvement YouTubers, they've been doing it for decades. They started self-improvement decades before we did. And then somehow we expect to do the same things that they are doing right now. I guarantee you, go back and watch any like self-improvement YouTubers videos, and their life will seem way less self-improvement-y, or like way less good habits than right now. And the thing is, when we place such like high expectations on ourselves, it's like going to the gym and going in expecting to squat 450 pounds when you've only squatted 300 before. You're kind of new and you've only been able to squat 300 pounds. You're not going to hit 450 pounds. But then as soon as you fail, you're like, oh, I'm weak. I can't do this. Well, no shit, you can't do it. You're not supposed to be able to. You have to build up to that. That's the same thing, we listen to these YouTubers and we try and implement what they're doing right now. We have to build up to what they're doing, just like they built up to what they're doing. They didn't start the carnivore diet 2 months into self-improvement. Hell, 2 months into self-improvement, I was still eating junk food. I was eating like cranberries and honey roasted peanuts. They're not good for you, but I mean, I had to build up to that, you know? Even subconsciously, I was building up to having a good diet. You know, came from cookies, and then it went to honey roasted peanuts, and then it went to raw nuts. Like, I built up to having that diet. And, honestly, I cannot do a carnivore diet. Right now, I can't do a carnivore diet. In all honesty, I am, yes, my diet's healthy, but I cannot do all meat. I've tried it before, and I ended up having like 2 cheat days a week because I just couldn't do it. And that's okay. I don't need to be able to do the carnivore diet at this moment. I still have a really good diet that consists of a lot of meat and eggs for protein, but it also consists of fruit, vegetables, cheese, popcorn too. Popcorn's actually a really good one because, when you go to the movies, they put all the seed oils and extra chemicals in it. But if you make popcorn at home, it's really tasty and it's pretty healthy too. So popcorn's like a cheat code, but I'm not doing a carnivore diet like everybody says to do because I can't. I can't do it right now. And I've tried to do one and I found that it's just not going to be able to work for me at this moment. I have to build up to that. And honestly, I think my diet's better because having the freedom to eat dairy products, fruits and vegetables, one will get me more vitamins and nutrients than just eating meat, straight meat all the time. And two, it's way more easy to eat like that, I found that, yogurt and apples is something that's really sweet and it has protein. It's pretty much all natural. So I like to eat that. What I'm trying to get at is I'm not doing everything that these self-improvement YouTubers are doing. You know, I'm not in that stage yet a lot of us expect to be in that stage. Remember back in the first few months, maybe weeks of self-improvement when we were still no idea what we were doing, but we would go to the gym and we would have like maybe 60 pounds on the bench press and we would do it. And maybe we wouldn't go to failure, but we put it up and then we'd like flex our biceps like, oh my gosh, my muscles are so big. They weren't big. We knew. But we were having so much fun doing self-improvement without all these expectations of this is the best workout to do, this is the best diet to eat, this is the best meditation plan. We were just having fun with life and making our life healthier. And now that we're maybe 2 years in, we're like, oh my gosh, I have to do a carnivore diet and this is the best way to work out for my testosterone and this. No. Honestly, I want you guys to stop trying to micromanage everything you do. And maybe for a week, don't listen to any advice. Just try and have fun while being healthy. Go to the gym. Don't do the best exercise to increase muscle mass. Do your favorite exercise. I don't care. If you don't like bench press, don't do it. Because, this was supposed to be something fun. Self-improvement was something that we enjoyed and we knew was making our life better. And it turned into this micromanaging, stress-filled, oh my gosh, I have to do this, but why can't I do it? Just have fun with it again. Be like that kid that started self-improvement and kept flexing in the mirror because he thought his biceps were huge when in reality they weren't that big, who thought he was like the ultimate man when he was benching 60 pounds for like 10 reps. Go back to being that kid. Because that kid had way more fun. And self-improvement isn't just about physical health. It's about mental health too. And what happiness is the culmination of several happy thoughts. And when we have to try and micromanage everything, this is the best workout to do, even though I don't like it, I have to do it. we're not having those culmination of happy thoughts, are we? We're having a culmination of stress thoughts as to why we can't do this, why can't we do that, why can't I eat like this? Don't try and build up to it, but have fun doing it. Don't focus on, the tiny moment right now that you're not doing the correct diet, because self-improvement is something you're going to do for the rest of your life. You have the rest of your life to build up to doing the carnivore diet. You have the rest of your life to build up your muscle mass. So don't worry about it so much right now. Have fun with it, because you're going to look back, and if you look at the stress-induced micromanaging guy, let me guarantee that you're going to look back like, why did he do that? Like, we're in the same position anyways. Why did he do that? But if you look back on the guy who was carefree, maybe his diet was a little worse. Maybe his workouts were a little bit worse. Maybe his workout technique was a little worse. But he had fun doing it, and he stayed on it. He stayed on it more consistently, which allowed him to build up to better things, which allowed his future self to be in a better place. And then you look back and think, dang, these years were so much fun. I'm so glad I did them. Trust me, it will help. Hope this video helps. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. I love you guys. Bye-bye.